Hello, minipancho94 here with another Dawn of War cast. This time it's the best of 5 mirror match between me and my friend Nick. He's going off as commando this game. I'm going off as war boss. Bad moons, paint scheme on my side, and I have no clue what he's going. I think it's a custom one or one that I don't recognize. He's starting off with sluggers, and my first unit is shooter boys. So he's going double sluggers, and he's going, and I'm going double shooters. Very slow, uneventful start, as typical. Just a bunch of capping, and going with another squad of shooters, and he's getting out his first unit of shooters. So double shooters on my side, and double sluggers on his side. Okay, yeah. Always miss the unit when it's selected. Never tell where it is. So he goes for his power straight off. Takes me a second. Not moving these sluggers really wasn't on top of my game at this point. And for capping the victory point instead of the power node first, a major mistake on my part. So again, just more capping, and there we go. Finally getting the Finally getting the power node with my shooter boys. Still no upgrades on anything on my side. And on his side, yep, nothing as well. Slight confrontation between the commando and my sluggers back off. Again, start really slow. War boss needs to get moving here. Hopefully I notice it. Probably waiting for the shooters. Yeah. Everything's grouping up from the looks of it. He's got his side of the map controlled. Not doing anything with these units. He has a major advantage on resources for some reason. Oh yeah, I go for the power node straight away on both the points. Not entirely sure why I did that. Slugger boys, not sluggers, shooter boys get caught out, have to fall back, taking too much damage. But we then have all this coming in. So looks like he's going to have to fall back, otherwise he's going to be in trouble. Let's see. Looks like a big shooter finally going down. Okay, I guess you can't see the upgrades right there. Yeah, firing what's that at my sluggers. And just murdering everything. I think I use, nope, I just wall all of them. So I end up losing my sluggers, yeah. And, oh wait, okay, never mind. Fuck. Really out of practice. So he's going for the point over here, doing some, what he thought was probably gen bashing. Really need to upgrade these nodes. Replace the slugger boys. This is like my third game playing as orcs, ever. And he plays as orcs, like, all the damn time. So War Boss doing nothing and sitting around. Needs to go back there and stop the gen bash. 125 wreck down the drain right there. But we'll gen farm up straight off the bat already, and looks like Nick has his. Might have had his going a bit longer. Really risky, but gives you a major tech advantage straight off the bat. If you can pull it off. Slugger's taking fire from the commando knob and getting hit by the burnout and having to back off, but War Boss comes in. Still busy capping over there for the shooters. Sluggers need to get in there. There they go, burners of their own. I'm going to back out. Almost, yeah, having to back out after the stick bomb's going off. Hitting his own guys. Are they going to go down? 30 health, looks like they're going to make it. Nope, 10, 8, 4, and they make it 5 HP. And sluggers coming in, shooters coming in using aiming, what's that? Sluggers driving him off, and the commando knob cloaks and runs off with 54 HP, barely getting out of there actually. Most of his units are stuck back at his base, they're just sitting there. And gen bashing, well no, not gen bashing, shooting and then ninja capping. Oh no, it just falls back. Doing some gen bashing with my shooter boys over here. Capping the power node back with my war boss, of course, and just letting those points go, because it doesn't really matter if I have this one. Almost have a triple cap on him. Would have had it if I managed to keep this one over here. Just some gen bashing going on, basically. War boss sitting back there.
Yes.
And Sluggas of Burnos coming in, getting ready to do some major damage to these nodes. But you don't really have to when you have shooter boys with big shooters. Uses hide the boys and tries to sneak some Sluggas in. They get immediately suppressed by aiming what's that, and then focus down and just utterly obliterate it. And are they gonna go down? On hide the boys saves them again, I think, when they only have 25 HP. One more hit would have gotten them. Just barely get out of there thanks to hide the boys. And the gen farm goes down. Just need to take this down. Don't know why I'm not using the Burnos. I really thought it okay, there we go. It's finally showing them. That was weird. Okay, so it finally shows them. Yeah, you can see all upgraded. Still tier 1 and pretty much dominating this game. Exposes commando and takes a lot of damage from those shooters. Slugga's wall and charge in there, but managed to take out a shooter boy squad. War boss using his stomp and wrecking like always, but getting suppressed by Force of Nature's shooters over here. Without a knob, oddly. Really surprised he doesn't have a knob on them. Slugga's having to get out of there. Sync kill on that last Slugga. Completely squad wiped. I think that was then. I can't remember. Wasn't paying enough attention. This isn't the really exciting game in the best of 5. Going tier 2 pretty early, getting the major advantage on him, but he goes he's still going tier 2 at close to the same time. Pretty late on it. Could have done it quite a bit earlier, I think. Myself. Saving up a bunch of wreck. And pretty much just have complete and total map control here. He only has 3 points. Trying to come back and push. And throw some grenades, and they're the actual stick bombs. Thought they were the stun grenades for a second. Never quite tell. Stun grenade going off. Stuns the shooters, but misses the war boss, and the war boss gets in there and hits him in the face with his chain axe. Still have these Sluggas sitting back here for no reason. Really could use them up here. War boss gets the power cloth and has to be driven back. And looks only thanks to barely gets away with only 60 HP, getting angry bits. And 10 HP on that squad, but can't snipe it, have to back off from the suppression. And he finally has a chance to recap this side of the map. If I had those Sluggas in there, that would have been a squad wipe, and complete and utter map control. This game would have been over by now. Would have probably had a triple cap. Really major mistake on my part. Not capping up his commando. Really needs to get all those units out there and capping and try to get any sort of advantage he can. Getting a 4th generator over here, single full gen farm, is not enough, even just tier 2, and getting a war truck. Really cheap, but really fragile. Only at 180 requisition and 20 power. I mean, extremely cheap. Cheaper than the boys themselves, usually, but again, very fragile. And it looks like I'm just waiting for the war truck to come out. Don't think I realize it's out. No, waiting for, yeah, getting reinforced plating on it. Try this on the war boss on there, but doesn't realize that he can't go in there. You could actually see the boy is sitting in there, glitching underneath. Don't know if that's a bug or not, but yep, there's a little floating orc underneath, kind of glitching along with it. So the war boss has to be a foot slogger and just follow along the war truck. And the war truck getting caught up around the gens. Again, pathing isn't perfect in this game. Vehicle pathing is actually quite bad, and unfortunately support has dropped, meaning that it won't really improve. Immediately retreating the shooters at the side of the war truck. Doesn't even know if there's units in it. and goes to reinforce the war boss flanking on the other side. Doesn't know if he realizes it or not. Probably thinks he could take out this commando because he has the shotgun. Yeah, the special shooter. All my units coming out, and user choppas going down on my sluggers, I think. And wall and swamp them and everything. And his guys getting another squad wipe, another squad loss. I mean, suffering just major losses. Even his commando goes down, loses even another squad, and loses a third. Just absolutely devastated. Only stuck with tank busters and shooter boys. Doesn't even have his commander. He had the special shooter and everything. Fully kitted out with spiky armor, power claw, and angry bits. What could a war boss want more, except for maybe a trophy rack? But just killed way too many boys. Trophy rack would be pretty crowded. War truck, going off, fighting. Doesn't want to get hit by those tank busters. Using Now I'm Angry and charging those tank busters and shooters and just driving him off instantly killing him with the power claw, and decides to go for the cap just to taunt him. Another squad of slugger boys. I don't know if that's a good idea. If the war truck, it seems like it would be a good idea, able to get them in there and unload them and do some damage. So commandos coming out and use the Dalka. And war boss just getting stuck in a little infinite loop there, but gets the attack off, gets close enough to get the attack off, instantly killing him, one shot each time. And 3 go down, and with how much they cost to reinforce, costing power as well, and how little resources he has, it's not good at all. I mean, all his power is pretty much going to be gone from just reinforcing them alone. Only at 65 power. And what? Yeah, 4 power to reinforce each one. Gonna bleed him dry pretty damn quickly. War boss got out alone, having to retreat, leaving point exposed. But war truck and boys are over here, ready to cap the hell out of this side instead. Going tier 3 as well. Still at tier 2. Surprised he hasn't conceded at this point. I mean, he's just getting steamrolled. I mean, there's almost no way he could recover from this. Losing 3 squads earlier. Capping and leaving his commando knob there again. Needs to spread his units out and cap and just do as much damage as possible and cover as much ground as possible while he has the chance to. Shooters hopping back into the war truck after getting the cap. Looks like these sluggers are still in the war truck. Nice and fully repaired, and war boss having to hoof it all the way back over. Too bulky to even fit in the battle wagon, unfortunately. Which I guess is kind of fair and balanced, because a war boss on a transport, that's just mean. That's just utter devastation. That's a bit overkill, actually. Still only these 3 units at 350-ish rec, and only 50 power. Doesn't even have a gen farm. Hasn't even upgraded a node yet from the looks of it. Where is it? Yeah, hasn't even upgraded a node at all. Coming over here to recap the point finally, and just think he's gonna try to go for the win just on ninja capping alone. Goes and buys some slugger boys. I'm not sure if that's really the best option. I mean, spiky armor and the power claw on the war boss just doing massive damage, and a looted tank coming out as well. So, not gonna have a nice time. War truck decides to head over, stop the cap. But again, those tank busters, even with the reinforced armor, pretty damn fragile. Those tank busters are just tearing it a new asshole. And the war truck, it looks like the war truck's going down, using wah and swamp them on the sluggers, and what? That's 1 squad wipe, I think. Yeah, well, slugger boys go down, commandos go down, tank busters go down, and they even using calling the boys during that as well, and saving them from getting killed by the commandos. This squad wasn't, for some reason, wasn't reinforcing during that, and even get his commando knob. And still hasn't conceded. Gonna have a triple cap on him. Has the looted tank sitting there guarding the other point. And there's the concession. Finally goes up after getting just devastated and steamrolled. Anyways, that's it. That's all. I'll see you guys next time.